Well, good morning and happy Friday, everybody. I am Shawnee Carver, so the Director of Transaction and Relocation Services. I have the pleasure today of introducing Jesse Dreyer. Last week, Todd and I spoke about a really unique partnership that we are blessed to have and providing our agents with more value, and that's going to be the Distinctive Insurance Agency. A little bit about Jesse's background is he is a Colorado native, born in Delta, Colorado. And he attended CMU, graduating with a business degree in 2006. In 2007, he opened a scratch agency with no policies in Grand Junction, Colorado at the age of 23. Gosh, that's like my youngest daughter, Jesse. Holy smokes. He has since grown that agency to over 11,500 policies in force, one of the largest in the United States, with multiple locations and a team of high-performing agency producers. Jesse has earned 6 Farmers President's Council Awards. That is the top 1% national of his producers. He qualified for $1 Million Roundtable 5 times, including top of the table. You got a lot of qualifications on there, Jesse. He was named 2020 and 2021 Farmers Agent of the Year for the entire country. And I am super excited to bring him to you. He is joining us with 2 of the amazing team that we get to work with on a daily basis as well. Oh, well, hello, Todd. I thought you were traveling, so I got to do the wonderful introduction. So I'm going to keep on going. But Jesse, I'm going to turn it over to you. As a panelist, you'll see me and Todd here on the screen. The rest of the screen is black, so our participants, you won't be able to view them. It's a little awkward when you first do it because you feel like you're talking to yourself, just so you know. So I'm going to watch the chat box. If you guys have any questions, this is open. We just are super excited for this partnership and super excited to bring Jesse and his team on board today.
Awesome. Thank you. Can you hear us okay?
Yep, perfect.
Awesome. Sound check's good. So thank you for the wonderful introduction, Shawnee. Much appreciated. I'll introduce you to the rest of the team. This is Adrian and Kevin. Like our forces combined to make up the Distinctive Insurance Agency. So we're super excited. Thank you, Josh. I see your comment. We're super excited for the partnership with Distinctive Properties, and we'll just go ahead and jump into it. But I want these guys to tell you a little bit about themselves. But first off, I just wanted to level set what is the reason that we did this partnership, right? And the entire reason for Distinctive Properties and Distinctive Insurance to make this partnership is to just add to the full service transactions that the Distinctive Property agents are providing to their customers, and for us to add value to that customer experience. We are 100% focused on just helping you guys down that journey to a smooth closing for your customers. And we just want to make that transaction as smooth and easy as possible and add value for you and your customers. So really, that's the reason. If you might, I feel like it's good to level set and think about that. So, Adrian, can you tell them a little bit about you real quick?
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Good morning to everybody. So Adrian Valdez, born and raised here in Grand Junction, Colorado. I'm 30 years old. Come from a family of immigrants, but we've been here ever since, and I'm loving it every step of the way. Being a part of Jesse's team, it's been great. And couple facts about me: I'm a musician. I like to sing and play music. I also like to cook on my spare time. So
yeah. And how long have you been doing insurance?
I've been doing insurance for 4 years.
4 years, yeah. So lots of experience. Adrian is also fluent in English and Spanish, so he's able to help our Spanish-speaking customers as well. And Kevin?
I'm Kevin Robertson. I was born and raised in Michigan, moved out to Colorado in 2013. I've been in an insurance family my whole life. I told my parents I wasn't going to be in insurance, and here I am later on, and I don't regret it. A couple hobbies: I play guitar. I do a lot of art and craft kind of stuff. I have a daughter. She's 5 years old. Turned 6 in September. She's my everything. I love insurance. I specialize in a little bit of commercial and personal lines as well, home and auto. And yeah, I've been doing insurance for about 7 years now, and I love every bit of it. So
yeah, awesome. So So a lot of coverage. You know, we can take care of commercial with Kevin. We can help the bilingual customers with Adrian, homes, all that kind of stuff. So, so let's get back to some of the reasons and the things that that we feel that we can do to provide value for the distinctive property agents and your customers. So really, to me, it's all about convenience, right? When you're purchasing a piece of real estate as a buyer and you guys are driving the bus as the realtor, there's a lot of stuff going on, right? There's a lot of moving parts. You guys have inspection, appraisal, the financing, the title, the insurance, you guys, in my mind, realtors are number one master marketers. I've learned so much from partnering with realtors about how to market effectively. And then so you guys spend so much time and effort and money, obtaining customers, and then you guys turn into master jugglers of all these moving parts, trying to help your customer through to a closing. And let's be honest, it's not easy, right? And one little thing goes wrong, and the whole deal's toast. So the name of the game with this partnership, I think, really boils down to convenience, right? So we want to make it convenient for your customers, convenient for you. Take one of those balls that you're juggling out of the sky and just make sure that it's one thing that never gets dropped. So knowing that you've got a partner in the insurance industry that will hit a home run for you and your customers every time is our number one goal. And really, it's a lot of work for customers too. Like, I mean, whenever you guys get a customer under contract, a lot of you give them lists. A lot of mortgage companies will give them a list like, hey, here's the big list of stuff we need from you. So it's kind of overwhelming for a buyer, right? And so, having the insurance checked right off that list easily is a really nice thing for them, So, yeah, we wanted to use the example from Josh in the Vail office that was chatting in. As the very first customer that we were able to help with this partnership, Josh called me on the weekend and said, "Hey, I've got this deal that we're not going to be able to close because State Farm refused to insure the house." Right? We don't know why. These people have had State Farm forever, and now they can't get homeowners insurance. And Adrian actually took care of this customer. Can you speak about that a little bit?
Absolutely. So yeah, so I had been given the information, basically the property, the name, just all the information needed to be able to put a quote together. I was happy to put the quote together. I was able to put the quote for both home and auto. And surprisingly so, not only were we able to insure the property that State Farm was not able to insure for some reason, but we were actually able to save her a lot of money on her auto as well. Just to kind of give you an example, the rate she had been quoted more or less with State Farm had been around, keep in mind, she has two vehicles. The rate she had been quoted more or less with State Farm had been around $250 per vehicle for 6 months. I was actually able to quote her a total of $270 for both vehicles for 6 months. So she was really stoked about that. I mean, the kind of discount she was getting for both home and auto, I mean, it goes without saying, it was great. So she was really excited. So we were off to a good start.
Absolutely. So, that to me, that adds, I imagine, a ton of value to that transaction, right? There was a problem, and Josh had a solution that not only took care of that problem, but also saved that lady, $2,000-$3,000 a year on her total insurance package. And so, great value. So that's just one example. That's the first example, and we'll continue to share those success stories because I feel like those are the things that really speak the best. So we'll continue sharing those with everyone. But another thing that I did want to talk about, just kind of flows right into that, is competitive rates, right? So we have access to multiple options. We have about 13, well, actually way more homeowners insurance programs, and we are all about problem solving. So you call us with the ranch property in the mountains that every other company can't insure, we're going to hunt that down for you and get it done, right? We get those calls all the time. We know how to handle those. We're not a one size fits all. We don't have just this little box, and if the home doesn't fit in this box, we can't insure it. We've got tons of options. We'll problem solve it for you and get it done. So, it's really important to know that, but we also, look at what is the best option for the customer and the price. And, I've built this, our entire, agency has been built on partnerships with lenders and realtors. And the thing that I talk about all the time is in that, qualification for a mortgage, right? So there's four moving parts. Most people are financing houses except for the ones that are blessed to be able to pay cash, right? And so when you're financing a home, there's four main things that go into that payment: principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, right? And of those four things, that equals the monthly mortgage payment. And given the choice, if you ask any buyer, would you rather have a higher or lower mortgage payment? They all say lower, right? Everybody wants a lower mortgage payment. But, in that transaction, what of those things are flexible? The principal? Well, not really. You already negotiated the best deal possible. And in this market, it's pretty hard to take money off, let's be honest. The interest rate, there might be a little wiggle room on the interest rate, but really not much. The mortgage companies are already going as deep as they can. Taxes, the government's not, the taxes aren't going to change. The insurance is really the only thing that has some wiggle room in that scenario that makes up that payment. And that's where we can step in and solve some DTI ratio problems for you. If you have a customer that, say got pre-qualified and then all of a sudden doesn't qualify because they forgot to tell the lender about their boat payment or their child support or whatever, stuff comes up all the time. We can get creative and flexible and find a way to make that work by adjusting that one piece of that situation that has wiggle room, which is the insurance. And I'll give you an example. So we play this game whenever we do presentations, and we'll play it in the future, but we call it the guess the premium game, right? And I really love playing this game with mortgage lenders because what they do every day is they guess what the home insurance is going to be on a property when they pre-qualify them for a mortgage, right? So, say I'm a mortgage lender, you come in, you're financing a $400,000 home. I have to take a stab at what the home insurance is going to cost to go into those DTI ratios. And if I guessed wrong, I might have to call the realtor, the customer, everybody involved and say, hey, sorry, it turns out the homeowner's insurance is way more than I guessed. And so I recently played this guess the premium game with a mortgage company, and we showed them a $400,000 house that's for sale right now. And we told them, we want you guys to guess the annual cost of homeowners insurance on this house. And I ran the quote from my wife, Ashley, okay? It's because she gives me permission to do that, right? So the guesses that we got from this mortgage company ranged from $382 a month or $382 a year, all the way up to $981 a year, okay? So this office, everybody guessed the range was 382 to 981. That's a huge spread. If you look at that spread between the top and the bottom, that's a difference of $50 a month on somebody's mortgage payment, right? That's also, if you reverse engineer it, about $10,000 of purchasing power that could be won or lost depending on where that goes, right? And that's also about the same effect on a mortgage payment as about 0.25% of interest on a loan, right? So, buyers get really, really into the rate that they're getting on mortgages. They get really into the purchase price, but sometimes they don't think about what they're paying for homeowners insurance. And it's really a pain to shop multiple companies. So just looking at that scenario, I mean, the closest guess that actually won, we had a quote that was $420 for that home. So they guessed from 382 to 981. Our quote was 420. So in that scenario, like if it was our customer, they would have had a $40 a month less mortgage payment, right? So, sorry to bore you guys with numbers. I'm a little bit of a math geek, but basically, that boils back down to, would you rather have a higher mortgage payment or a lower mortgage payment? Well, I'll take the lower.
I'm gonna jump in here real fast. So you guys know, again, Shawnee alluded to it last week. We talked about what is a full service transaction. Full service transaction means that we're there to take care of all of the different steps of the transaction. The insurance is just one of them. Up until this point, chances are the lender was driving that bus. You didn't even know what was going on, right? As a real estate agent, some of you who have been doing this for a long time have your insurance person, which is great. I mean, what that means is you're doing a great job for your consumer. I love that. Jesse and his team, they are here specifically to make sure that the consumer is being taken care of. So I'm going to give you an example. If your lender, or if the consumer's lender is the one driving the bus on insurance, you have no standing, right? Your customer really has no standing. But because we have a relationship with Jesse and his team, and it's being driven by Shawnee through the concierge program, and we are just an extension of your team now, you have standing. Your customer has standing. If there's a challenge, if there's like Josh had an issue that really could have terminated a transaction, we had the ability, and Jesse is on our team, right? His whole team is on our team to jump in, roll up their sleeves, and get it done. That is delivering a full service concierge level experience. Very, very, very powerful. So we're really blessed to have Jesse and his team as part of this. I'm looking at a question here, Jesse. Cade Embry is asking, what are your carriers?
Yeah, so we have Farmers Insurance, Foremost Signature, Foremost, Travelers, Safeco. Really, we have access to a ton of stuff. And within those different carriers, there's, 4 or 5 programs each. And then if those don't fit the box, we have relationships with brokerage houses that have access to, all of the other stuff that, typically you don't know the name of, but those are the ones that insure the, cabin in the woods that, is next to the ski resort, that kind of stuff. So
exactly. So Heidi's asking, so Heidi, to answer your question, and thank you for that, because I failed to say that. So I said this earlier, maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago in our video when we were announcing our partnership with Jesse. Jesse is licensed in all 5 of the states. He's licensed in a lot more than that. But one of the reasons that we have the partnership with him is that he can service all of our customers in all of the states that we currently operate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Idaho, yes. Josh, Gummy Bear. HOAs, awesome. Thank you, Barrett. Beautiful. So you guys, if there's any other questions, please put those in the chat box. Shawnee, do you have anything else for these guys? I do have one thing I want to talk about. It's outside of this, but
I've been able to work with them a little bit behind the scenes, and I just want to say their service is amazing. They are wanting to help our clients. So they are on it. They're happy to help. They're going to do what needs to be done to get the deal done. So I've had the pleasure, like I said, I've been able to work with them. And I just want to speak on behalf of them that this is an amazing thing that we're able to offer our clients. So Jesse, one question, are you licensed in Nebraska, from Josh?
No, so there are a couple states. We're licensed in about 16 states altogether. But if you guys have a need in a state that we're not in, I'll find somebody and I'll hold them accountable to provide you the same service that I would. So don't hesitate to reach out on anything.
Perfect. Sounds good. Todd, I'll turn it back over to you. Nice to see you guys.
Thanks. Yeah, and hey, listen, not to be corny, but Jesse is a really incredible human being. So, I mean, you guys know, we don't do business with douchebags, and Jesse is just a really awesome guy. So chances are, if you have a challenge, he's not only going to help you with the specific challenge, but then he's going to make sure that he adds even more value than you even thought was coming. So really love that about him. You guys should be really, really proud and comfortable that these people are the ones that are sort of our conduit to delivering an exceptional real estate experience specific to the insurance. And of course, we all know and love Shawnee, and she's the one that's driving the bus on your behalf, right? She is your teammate She's the one that's having the communications with customers, identifying, hey, what is it that you need? Oh, you need insurance. Oh, guess what? We have a partner for that. So really good people. Yeah. Jess, you got anything else?
No, I just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity. Thank you to all the realtors on the line for the opportunity. Like Todd said, all that this team does is work for you guys. We don't do anything else other than serve distinctive properties agents. So thank you for the opportunity.
Of course. Yeah. Coleman, sort of. Yes, of course. You will have that. Also, you will see moving forward, you will see that there's a section within the Sunday email that you get from us that will be from Jesse and his team. So yeah, 100% really easy to get a hold of. In the meantime, just connect with Shawnee. Jesse, do you want to give them a phone number that they can call?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll put it in the chat. I'll put our phone and email, and then we'll reach out to everybody individually, make sure that they have it as well. We'll be doing that next week. So yeah,
beautiful. So this is just a side, right? And first of all, I got a ton of messages from you all yesterday, wishing us happy birthday and congratulations. I just want to say thank you. It's kind of a cool deal that here I am in Sun Valley. This was not planned, by the way, but in this little town in Sun Valley on a street called River Run Drive, in a little house at 306 River Run Drive, in the basement of our house, myself and one other dude, 2 days after my little boy or my big boy now, was born, we started Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties. And 16 years later, we've grown to be one of the top 20 companies in the country, and super stoked. And so I just wanted to tell each and every one of you, it was interesting. Somebody asked me last night, they're like, so great that you did that. And I'm like, I didn't even know that we did it. It was never, ever a plan to go out and become the size of an organization as we are. The plan was to help individual agents achieve their goals, build a business that would create a life that was the life that they wanted. And by doing that one at a time, the company continued to grow and grow and grow. And I just want to thank every single one of you who has bought into that vision, who is committed and put their time, effort, and resources into that vision. You all have done nothing short of amazing, and you've changed a ton of lives along the way. So happy birthday, Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties. Thank you, everybody.